G'day, you rotten lot. Thanks very much for tuning in again to the channel. This is the Pedal Picassos. My name is Matt. I put a video out a couple of days ago just showing a pedal board I built with the amp and cabinet, and I've had a few questions, a few comments from you guys saying where should it go in my signal chain if I'm not using the effects loop and that sort of stuff. So there's two different options. I'm going to set this up two different ways and show you how they sound, and then you can make up your own mind because you'll have all the information. So this first setup, I am going from the IR-2 into the IR-2 into the Past Effects Chorus Ensemble, which then splits me into stereo. Then I'm going full stereo into a delay in this HX1, and then full stereo out into the DAW. So doing it this way is fine. You've got your drives in front of the amp, and then you've got your modulation and your wet effects after the amp and cab. This is a good way to do it. What it does is it gives you heaps cleaner delay. Where if you're running the IR cabinet as a really dirty sound, you're not punching your delay into the dirt. Yeah, so that's sort of the way that I would run it. Now, the only problem I have with running it this way is that you've got to turn the reverb down. For me, you might want to punch your reverb into your chorus ensemble, into your modulation effects and your your delay as well. I would prefer to have my reverb at the very end of the chain. So that's the only thing, is you might have to add another reverb pedal to the end. So that is as dry as a dead dingo's donger. How good is the chorus ensemble from Past Effects? It sounds so good here in the monitors. So that is the first way to set it up. So IR-2 just going into the amp and cab, coming out of the amp and cab into my modulation effects, and then coming out of my modulation effects in stereo to the HX1 for delay, which is also in stereo, and going out to my DAW. So that is setup one. Now I'm going to stop recording and swap these things around so everything goes into the amp and cabinet, and I'll show you the difference. Right, so with the help of a little bit of editing magic, I have swapped everything around. So now my signal chain goes IR-2 into the Past Effects Chorus Ensemble, into my HX1, which I'm using for delay, then into my amp and cabinet. Now, what this lets me do now is turn my reverb back on, which is coming through in full stereo, which is awesome. But because the amp and cabinet does not have stereo inputs, all this is now in mono. So I'm just coming mono into mono into mono into mono, and then with stereo reverb out. So I'll give you a listen to that now. This is the clean amp. I've got some reverb on there. IR-2. Turn on the Past Effects Chorus Ensemble. Now this is in mono now. Still sounds amazing. Now I added my delay as well. Now we're getting away with everything there reasonably well. Now where this is going to hurt is when we swap it over to the really dirty channel, which is the slow 100. And we're going to be punching our delays into the dirty amp. So you can hear the delay repeats are really loud because they're going into all that front end gain on the Soldano amp in the amp and cabinet. So what it's done is it's taken away all my ability to get nice, clean, pristine delays. Which to my ears is not as good as having the delay after the amp. Because, but mind you, Eddie Van Halen ran all his effects, modulation and delay effects into the front of a dirty amp, and it worked wonders for him. So just for reference, because your ears sort of tend to forget what the other one, the first sound sounded like, I'm going to play the first sound. Here is the first sound with the modulation and delay after the amp. And now here is the amp and cabinet at the very end of the chain after the modulation and the delay. All right, one more time. Here it is with the amp in the middle. And here it is with the amp at the very end. Well, for those of you that asked the question, where should it go in my signal chain? I hope this has helped you work out what your ears like. It can be a tricky thing, signal path. Some people prefer some things. I guess it just depends what style you play and what is good to your ear. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Let me stress that. It doesn't matter where you put it in the signal chain. You're not right, you're not wrong. It's just whatever you want to do. I can't stress that enough. Don't let anybody tell you how it should go, especially me. So I'll just make that point out of the way. But there is also another video where I've got effects in the effects loop, where I'm running this HX1 in the effects loop of the actual amp and cabinet. I'm not using the effects loop at all today. This is just making a simple signal path all the way through using the amp and cab. So hopefully you found this helpful. Like, subscribe if you like this sort of content. We're going to do a couple more videos with this amp and cabinet. So if you like it, subscribe, thumbs up, all that sort of stuff. Anything you do, we really appreciate. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.